A, B, C, D corners of houses, sides of houses, and northeast, west, south. Just so we can orient ourselves, I'm gonna, these have been previously published. I'm gonna just put up on the screen here, it's D1-301. I'm gonna do D-301. And, sir, is this, do you recognize this as 15 Willow Brook?
Yes.
You responded to that structure that day?
Yes.
And does that accurately depict the structure as you saw it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind just taking that same pen that you had and just marking the A, B, C, D sides? Okay. So if I'm understanding correctly, the front is the A, and then we go clockwise around the house.
Correct.
Okay. And now, if you don't mind, if you could also, if we could capture that.
This is 301.3, I believe.
Yep. And then, can you also designate northeast, southwest on that as well? And the west side of that house is going toward Route 34?
Correct.
Okay. Did we capture that?
It's 301.4.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Okay, so any redirect?
No, Judge, thank you.
Sir, you can step down. State can call our next witness.
Did you want to take a short break? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, can you do me a favor? Can you just, 2 seconds in the room? I'll bring you right back out. If anybody has to use the bathroom, please feel free. Sergeant Mahoney, he can come and take a seat. You can put up what you need, and I apologize, I forgot that. I said we were going to take a break. Is everyone good before we get started?
Yes.
All right, let me just get my hand it out here. Okay. If they're ready.
Thank you. I'm trying to keep weight off.
Appreciate it. Prosecutor, when you're ready.
Thank you, Judge. State Clause Detective Sergeant Ryan Mahoney.
Thank you. left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, can you state your full name for the record once you're comfortable and spell your last name, please?
Sure, it's Ryan Mahoney, M-A-H-O-N-Y.
Thank you. Prosecutor, when you're ready.
Thank you, Judge. Sergeant Mahoney, can you tell us where you work?
For the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office,
Now, approximately how long have you worked for the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office?
almost 10 years.
Okay. Now, can you tell us a little bit about when you became a police officer, how, and how you got to here?
Certainly. I began my law enforcement career in 2004. I started as an assistant prosecutor in Hudson County. In 2009, I switched to become a detective within the Hudson County Prosecutor's Office. In 2014, I spent 2 years at the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office as a detective, and then I was hired by the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office in 2016, again as a detective.
Now, once you were hired at the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office as a detective, can you tell us what units you worked in and in which order?
Sure. I was initially assigned to the Professional Responsibility Unit, which is an internal affairs type unit. Subsequently transferred to the Major Crimes Unit, where I spent approximately 2 years, and then I was transferred back to Professional Responsibility, and again back to Major Crimes recently.
Now, I want to draw your attention to November 20th, 2018, approximately 12:55, 1 p.m. Do you recall that time?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, were you made aware of your need to go and respond somewhere?
Yes.
And where was that?
I was contacted by my sergeant at the time, Richard Chapman. He advised me, he asked if I would make my way to 15 Willow Brook in Colts Neck. He reported to me that the house was engulfed in flames and there was an apparent homicide victim on the front lawn.
Okay. And did you in fact respond there?
I did.
And did you confirm some of the information you provided by Sergeant Chapman?
Yes.
And I'm not going to get into too much of your on-scene observations. We've kind of heard some of that. But did you make observations of smoke and/or fire at the scene?
Yes, I did.
Did you make observations of a body that was located in front of the house?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Now, were you involved upon arrival in like a briefing with other officers?
Yes, I was.
Okay, what's the purpose of that?
Just generally to understand where we were at in the investigation, what was known and what was unknown.
Now, shortly thereafter, once you got some information about what was going on, were you provided with some direction or were you asked to do something specific?
Yes.
And what was that?
Sergeant Chapman asked if I would exit the property, attempt to find any witnesses that could be pertinent to this investigation, and/or any surveillance cameras that could assist us in determining what had transpired.
Okay, so did you ultimately exit the physical property of 15 Willowbrook?
I did.
And did you ultimately begin to see if there was anyone with information and/or any surveillance cameras in the area?
Yes, I did.
Now, there's a house across the street from 15 Willowbrook, correct?
Correct.
Do you recall the address?
44 Willow Brook.
Okay. And did you attempt to make contact there?
Yes, I did.
And why was that?
I attempted to see if there was any surveillance footage that may have captured 15 Willow Brook, which was across the street.
Okay. And did you ultimately make any observations of any cameras that were affixed to the house?
Yes, there was a camera that was shooting out over the garage that would have captured across the street.
Okay. Now, did you... Now, so you said it would have captured across the street. Did it capture any portion of 15 Willowbrook, the actual structure?
Yes. Limited view, but yes.
And when you say there's a limited view, what do you mean by that? Why is there a limited view?
If you look across the street, the 15 Willow Brook is obstructed by hedges and bushes and numerous trees.
Could you see Willowbrook Road clearly though?
Yes, you can see the road clearly.
Now, were you able to determine whether or not the camera that you located on the front of 44 Willowbrook, if it was running continuously or if it was motion activated?
They were motion activated cameras.
Now, did you make contact with the homeowner?
Yes.
Do you recall his or her name?
Mrs. Malabano, I believe it was.
Now, did you know her
Kathy
previously?
Malabano? No, I did not.
Now, did you request anything from her to discuss the camera?
Yes, I requested if we could view the cameras to see what they captured, what they depicted.
Okay. Now, was she amenable to that? Did she agree?
Yes, she did.
Okay. And based upon the fact that you identified a camera, you identified someone who was willing to let you look at it, what, if anything, did you do?
I viewed the camera briefly to see what it captured. Once I made the determination that it may have captured some relevant information, I contacted our electronic surveillance unit and requested that they come out and obtain the footage from the surveillance system directly.
Okay. And did ultimately any detectives from your office, the electronic surveillance unit, did they come?
Yes, Detective Valenti and Detective Siderakis.
And did they ultimately secure the footage?
Yes, they did.
Okay. Now, we'll get into a little bit in a little while, but did you ultimately review footage from 44 Willow Brook?
Yes, I did.
And based upon observations you made at the scene that day and later, were you able to determine the accuracy of the footage from 44 Willow Brook?
Yes, it was.
Was it accurate?
It was.
Now, I want to direct your attention, because I should say this first. On November 20th, 2018, you went to the scene, correct?
Correct.
Did you speak with anyone outside the scene at different times during the day?
Yes.
People with information and the like?
Yes, there was a crowd that gathered out front due to the fire and the large amount of emergency personnel. I spoke to 4 or 5 individuals that were there.
And ultimately, you identified this surveillance footage on 44 Willowbrook.
Correct.
Now, at some point, you're going to leave for the night, correct?
Correct.
Now, did you continue efforts with respect to video surveillance identification on the next day, the 21st?
Yes.
Okay. And where did you go?
We responded to, Sergeant Chapman and I responded to 85 Willowbrook.
Now, did you look at all the houses in that vicinity?
Either I did or a member of the investigative team did.
And 85 was the next house you went to, because why?
Surveillance camera was observed outside of the residence, close to the road.
Did you make contact with anyone at 85 Willowbrook?
Yes.
And who was that?
The homeowner, a woman by the name of Debbie Mercantile.
Now, ultimately, were you able to, based upon the conversation with her, make arrangements to secure video from 85 Willowbrook?
Yes, she didn't know how to operate the camera, the surveillance system. She contacted her husband. He was spoken to. He agreed to let us duplicate whatever footage they had.
Okay, and did someone ultimately do that?
Yes, I believe Detective Valenti responded to that location after I had left and obtained the surveillance footage.
Now, I'm just going to show you what's been marked as S262 for identification. Just going to show you S262 and ask if you recognize what that is.
Yes.
Okay, what is that?
This is an aerial photograph from Google Maps that depicts a majority of, well, not a majority, but a portion of Willow Brook Road.
Okay. Now, based upon what you see on 262, are you able, I'm not going to ask you to do it, but are you able to identify 15 Willowbrook?
Yes.
How about 44?
Yes.
And what about 85?
Yes.
Okay. Can I ask permission to put on the screen? That's 262? No objection.
Go ahead.
Just have the rear computer. Thank you. Detective, do you recognize what's on the screen?
Yes.
And is that what we just looked at?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, you talked about being able to identify 15 Willowbrook Drive. Can you put a 15 over the property of 15 Willowbrook or somewhere in the area? Okay. And how about 44 Willowbrook? Those fours?
I was trying to figure out what those worked out.
How about 85? Okay. All right. Can we capture that, please?
262.1.
Thank you, Judge. Now, during the course of your investigation into this incident, is it fair to say that, you had been tasked with trying to assist with identifying video, but then also reviewing certain video that was obtained by others?
That's correct.
Now, we talked about video from 85 Willow Brook. We talked about video from 44 Willow Brook. Was there any other video that you identified and/or reviewed from any other towns or locations?
Yes.
Where was that from?
Ocean Township, specifically Tilton Drive.
And what was the significance of Ocean Township in this investigation?
Prior to our response to 15 Willow Brook, the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office had responded to Ocean Township, Tilton Drive specifically, earlier in that morning on the report of a fire. At some point, it was discovered that the decedent on Willow Brook, Keith Caneiro, was the brother of the homeowner at 27 Tilton, Paul Caneiro. So at that point, we were trying to see if in any way the two fires were connected.
Now, after a significant review of video footage, did you draft a report?
Yes.
And in that report, did you kind of come up with like a timeline, so to speak?
Yes.
In that report, did you document the first video that you documented was from where?
27 Tilton.
Okay. Now, 27 Tilton is whose home?
That's Paul Caneiro's home.
Now, was that 27 Tilton video, was that specifically part of your video review?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. Now, did someone review that?
Yes.
And who was that?
Captain Weisbrot.
Now, what was Captain Weisbrot, or then detective and now Captain Weisbrot's role in the investigation at 27 Tilton?
Captain Weisbrot was assigned as the lead detective at the Ocean Township scene.
I'm not going to ask you about that video because we'll ask him about it, but have you reviewed it?
Yes, I have.
And is it included as part of your timeline in your report for those purposes?
Yes.
Now, was there other video from Tilton Drive that you ultimately reviewed?
Yes.
And what was the time frame of the video obtained?
The early morning hours of November 20th, 2018.
Now, I'm going to draw your attention to footage from a residence at 30 Tilton Drive. Did you review any footage from there?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How many cameras were located there?
There's 2 cameras located at 30 Tilton.
Okay. Do you remember how they're labeled?
Yeah, camera 7 and camera 5.
Now, starting with camera 7, are you able to tell us the vantage point from that camera?
Yes. Camera 7 is situated on the house, pointed in easterly direction, down Tilton towards the direction of Paul Caneiro's residence, 27 Tilton.
So that camera, I think you said, is generally facing in an eastward direction?
Correct.
Maybe a little northeast?
Correct.
Now, I just want to show you what's been marked as S261 for identification.
Yes.
Okay, do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
And what is that?
This is a Google Maps aerial photograph which depicts Tilton Drive.
Okay. Now, is there a specific residence that's also depicted on
Yes.
that document?
Sorry, there's a picture of the front of 30 Tilton as well.
Okay. Now, does this, based upon your involvement in this investigation, does this fairly and accurately capture Tilton Drive and some surrounding area?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Just going to ask to publish 261.
You can.
Now, Detective, is that what we just looked at?
Yes, it is.
Detective, can you just do the undo
Sorry.
of your really good-looking 85 and 44, please?
Right.
She didn't talk.
Yeah. Now, there's a marking that's on that map, correct?
Yes,
And what does that marking represent?
that's 30 Tilton.
Okay. Now, is that the house that we just described with 2 cameras,
Yes, it is.
number 5 and number 7?
Yes.
Now, are you able to identify where, if at all, 27 Tilton is on that map?
Yes, I can.
Can you write 27? Can you see the driveway for 27 Tilton on, to the north of where you wrote that?
Yes.
Can you put a little X at the driveway? Okay, thank you. Now, we'll get there in a minute, but is there also a video that you reviewed from Tilton Drive, in the area of Tilton Drive during your review? Is there a second location? You have 30 Tilton?
Yes.
Is there another house with a camera?
Yes.
Which, do you remember the address?
308 Green Grove?
Okay, and can you see that house in the map?
Yes, I can.
Could you put a little square around it? And you said the address is what street?
308 Green Grove?
And is any portion of that home on Tilton Drive?
The driveway faces Tilton Drive. The front door is on Green Grove.
Could you just put like a Y at the front of the driveway? We could capture that. Thank you.
261.1.
Sergeant Mahoney, I'm going to show you what's been marked as S263 for identification. Do you recognize what that is?
Yes.
And what is it?
This is a video DVD surveillance cameras that were placed into evidence that depicts 30 Tilton, 308 Green Grove.
Okay.
I believe some others.
Okay. And have you reviewed all the footage from 30 Tilton and 308 Green Grove during the course of your review?
Yes.
And in furtherance of developing a timeline and identifying certain things?
Yes.
I want to go to the video that's contained on S263. A would be 30 Tilton camera 7. Do you want to do that? Now, Sergeant Mahoney, do you recognize what's on the screen right now?
Yes, this is 30 Tilton camera 7, channel 7, I believe.
Okay. And the video that's contained on this clip, have you reviewed it?
Yes.
You reviewed it multiple times?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I could, Judge, I would like to first play this clip fully through.
Hold on for 1 second, please.
Sure.
Is this 263 if we're looking at the exhibit list A?
Yes, sir, I'm sorry.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Camera 7, 30 Tilton Drive.
Okay. Any objection, counsel?
To playing the video all the way through? No, Judge.
Okay.
I have no objections.
All right, thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Can you play that, please? Now, I'm going to ask you to go to approximately 207. Actually, before we do that, can I just ask you a couple questions about what you see on that video in front of you?
Sure.
There's an area with a light there, correct?
Correct.
And what's around that light?
There's 3 pillars fixed to the home. Next to the pillars, there appears to be a large, it's a large bush. That light that you're seeing on the top left center of the screen is a floodlight, and you can see bushes in the foreground.
Now, based upon your review of this video, do Did you determine an approximate location of where 27 Tilton would be located in this video?
Yes.
Can you see the actual home?
No.
Okay. Now, could you explain where 27 Tilton would be in relation to what we see on the screen?
If you take a look at the aerial map in conjunction with this video, the driveway of 27 Tilton would be in between the floodlight that you're seeing, just beneath it, and that bush would obscure a majority of the driveway, but there's an area in between where you can see, which would depict 27 Tilton.
And when you review this video, and/or when we just reviewed this video, did you see anything in that area?
Yes.
Okay, and what did you see?
There's a flickering of lights in that area that I just described.
Okay. Now, if I could go to 20723 approximately. Slow it down one notch. And I'm just going to, once we run it now, if you could just explain what it is you see.
Yeah, in the area I just described, you're seeing a flicker of light several times.
Okay. Can you pause it? What do we see now, Detective?
You see headlights.
You can keep going. And what is the direction of travel of that vehicle?
That is heading westbound on Tilton Drive in the direction of the cameras on 30 Tilton,
Okay.
Channel 7.
Did the vehicle just leave the footage?
Yes,
Is that approximately 20744?
correct.
Now, that vehicle, is there an intersection that that vehicle would be approaching based upon your review of that camera right there?
Yeah, if we just go back to the aerial map that we saw, there's an intersection with Green Grove Road and Tilton Drive. There's a stop sign up ahead.
I'm going to ask to put up S263B. Now, I'm going to pause it. Can I ask you what the time is here?
207:31 a.m.
And just general layout of what this camera is showing. Can you explain that?
This is pointing in the opposite direction of Channel 7. This is Channel 5. It's facing westbound on Tilton towards Green Grove Road.
I want to play the entirety of this clip now at normal speed. Now, I'm going to ask you to run it again, and I may pause it at a certain time. Can you pause it, please? Did you see anything on the footage at that point in time?
Yes.
And what's that?
There's a pickup truck parked in the driveway, and there is a reflection of lights coming at the pickup truck.
Now, based upon your review of this video, the two cameras from 30 Tilton, is there a degree of overlap?
Yes, there is.
Okay. They just show the same thing from different angles?
Correct.
Can we continue to play it? Can you pause it? Can you back it up? Just back it up a couple seconds. Can we back it up till the car's out of the frame? And then slow it down one notch. You can play. There you go. Okay, Detective, based upon your review and what's on the screen in front of you, did you make any observations of that vehicle?
Yes.
And what was that?
I noted the vehicle's taillights.
Can we please circle what's on this, or put a square around the taillights? Can we preserve that, please?
263B.1.
Detective, you can undo that now. It's not printed. Now, I'm just going to ask you to continue to run it. Can you tell us what time the vehicle, or what, strike that. Can you pause it? Just run that, sorry. Now, right there, we're at 2:07:53 a.m., correct?
Correct.
And where is that vehicle right now, based upon your review?
It's at the intersection of Tilton and Green Grove.
And is that about the time the clip ends?
Yes.
And what is the time again?
It's 2:07:53 a.m.
Now, given the degree of overlap, is it clear that that's the same vehicle that passes 30 Tilton through both cameras?
Yes, same vehicle on 7 and 5. Yes.
Now, you talked about another home in that area with surveillance, correct?
Yes.
And that was what address again?
308 Green Grove Road.
How many cameras were located on 308 Green Grove?
There's 2 cameras.
And can you tell us what they each showed generally?
Yes, one of the cameras is located over the garage, shooting down the driveway, which captures the portion of Tilton and Green Grove, the intersection. The other camera is located on the front of the home, pointing in a northward direction down Green Grove Road.
Okay. Now, I want to first direct your attention to 308 Green Grove, camera 3. Can I have S263C? Now, just before we begin to run that, can you tell us what time is depicted at the beginning of that clip?
2:07:37 a.m.
Now, I'm going to run it through once if we can. That clip ended at approximately 2:08:01.
Right.
And now, that last clip from 30 Tilton, do you recall what time that ended?
2:07:53 a.m.
And that this begins at what time?
2:07:37 a.m.
So is there a degree of overlap between these two cameras?
Yes.
Okay. Based upon that, did you determine whether or not it was the same vehicle or a different vehicle?
Yes, based upon that, the vehicle passing 30 Tilton is the same vehicle that's captured at 308 Green Grove.
Now, I want to play that video again. I'm going to pause it at a certain point. Can you back it up just a notch? Okay. Now, the video is paused at 2:07:50, correct?
Correct.
Now, as the video is paused here, what does the camera depict?
It captures a clear side profile of the entire vehicle.
And based upon the pausing, you can now see certain features of the vehicle, is that
Yes.
accurate?
Yes.
Now, just want to direct the mouse to a certain portion of this vehicle. Directing the mouse to the lower portion of that vehicle. Do you see that?
Yes.
Okay. What is it that you see there?
There's a darker area that goes across most of the bottom of the vehicle, in the area of the front and rear driver's side doors of the vehicle.
Now, just if I was to take the mouse again quickly and direct the mouse to the top of the vehicle. Can you explain anything that you saw there?
Yes, there's a certain curvature across the top of the vehicle from the front to the back.
Can you run that? Please. I'm just going to pause it right now. What do you see here?
The vehicle's taillights.
Can you put a little square around that? Now, to be clear, where is the vehicle located at 20753?
It's at the stop sign at Tilton and Green Grove.
Now, you said 308 Green Grove, you could undo that, I think. Did we capture that? I'm sorry.
No, 263C.1, please.
Thank you. I was going to ask you, you indicated there's another camera on 308 Green Grove?
Yes.
And that's camera what?
Channel 4, I believe.
Now, does that depict the part of Green Grove Road?
Yes.
Can I have S263D, please? Now, before we run it at all, can you tell us what time is depicted on that camera?
2:07:45 a.m.
Now, I'm going to play the video once through, okay? Now, I'd just like to slow it down one notch. And we can play it, I'm going to ask you to pause it at a certain point. Was it at 020750, please? Just to be clear, we're paused at 020752. Where's the vehicle?
The vehicle's approaching the stop sign at Tilton and Green Grove.
Okay. I'm going to keep running. I'm going to pause at approximately 020754. What do you see there, Detective?
I see the vehicle's taillights turning onto Green Grove Road.
Could you put a square around that, please, the taillights? Reserve that, please.
263D.1.
Now, Detective, based upon your review of the two cameras from 30 Tilton and the two cameras from 308 Green Grove, was there a degree of time overlap?
Yes.
And based upon that, were you able to determine anything?
Yes, it's the same vehicle.
So that vehicle that we see at 2:07:55 a.m. on camera 4 of 308 Green Grove Road, what direction is it about to head?
I believe it's northbound on Green Grove.
You can undo that. You undo that.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Now, from a timeline perspective, did you then take a look at any cameras back in a different town?
Yes,
Where was that?
back at Willow Brook.
Now, if I could I have S263E? Now, just before we play this, can you indicate what we see on the screen?
This is the surveillance camera from 85 Willow Brook.
Now, this is video that you mentioned reviewing, at least briefly, on the 20th, November 20th, 2018?
21st, I believe.
21st, sorry.
Yes.
It was secured by another detective.
Yes, Detective Scott Moore.
Did you watch this and other video many times during the course of your investigation?
Yes, I did.
Now, can you tell us what time is depicted on the screen right now?
Yes, it's November 20th, 2018 at 2:23:51 a.m.
Going to first play this in its entirety. As far as the positioning of this camera, I think you talked about it earlier, but can you tell us where this camera is actually positioned?
Yeah, this camera's on a gate attached to the driveway. That's about roughly 15 yards of driveway. Then there's a gate, and then it'd be a longer driveway beyond the gate. This camera is on the west side of the driveway, trained out on the road in a slightly, on the east side, faced in a slightly western view.
Okay, and was there a vehicle that we just watched on that footage?
Yes,
What direction is that vehicle traveling?
it is heading westbound.
Now, can we just slow down one notch and then play it? I'm going to ask you to pause it at 2:23:57. Again, just to be clear, the direction of travel there?
It's westbound towards, which would be Route 34.
Now, can we go back just a couple seconds? I'm going to ask you to pause it at 2:23:58. Do you make any observations there, Detective?
Yes,
And what was that?
I can see the vehicle's taillights.
Can you put a square around that? You can let that play through.
Can we mark that as 263E.1? Can we undo the box, please?
Yes.
Now, can I just strike that? You talked about 44 Willow Brook Road previously, correct?
Yes.
Now, the vehicle, as we just discussed, is heading westbound. Is that generally in the direction of 44 Willow Brook?
Yes.
Now, you obtained footage from 44 Willow Brook?
Yes.
Now, if I could just first, can I have S263F on the screen, please? Now, just to be clear, what do we see here?
This is video surveillance, a still image from 44 Willowbrook, dated 11/20/2018, 12/30/2/12.
Okay. And again, did you determine that that time was accurate?
Yes.
Does that fairly and accurately depict, the viewpoint from 44 Willowbrook looking out towards the street and towards 15 Willowbrook?
Yes, it does.
Could I have 263G, please? Now, before we play it, what do you see on the screen right now?
This is a nighttime view of that same camera that we just observed during daylight hours. This camera, this view is timestamped 11/20/2018 at 2:27:35.
Is that AM?
Yes, I am.
Could we just play it through once, please? Could we just slow it down one notch? I'm going to ask you to pause at 2:27:41 approximately. Detective, what do we see now?
The vehicle has entered the screen.
Okay. You could keep going, please. I should pause at approximately 47 seconds. Do you see anything in that photo, in that video?
Yes,
What do you see?
the vehicle's taillights.
Can you put a square around that? Can we capture it, please?
263 G.1.
It's funny that you say that. No, it's fine. Now, Detective, before we go any further, I just want to ask you a couple questions because I want to discuss the accuracy of the times from the footage at 44 Willow Brook in comparison to 85 Willow Brook, okay?
Yes.
Now, can you tell us approximately how far 85 Willow Brook and 44 Willow Brook are apart?
About a half a mile, approximately.
Now, did you, I think you've already said it, but did you review videos from these locations before and after the relevant times that we've discussed thus far?
Yes.
Now, with respect to other vehicles in those timeframes, let's say 10 minutes before, 10 minutes after, did you identify any other vehicles in those timeframes
No.
on either camera?
No.
Now, you said previously that vehicle passed 85 Willow Brook at approximately 2:23:57,
Correct.
and another vehicle then passes 44 Willow Brook at 2:27:41. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay, and that's based upon what we just saw here, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the difference between the times that you calculated is what,
3
approximately?
minutes and approximately 3 minutes and 44 seconds.
Now, if you know, what's the approximate drive time?
Approximate 40 to 45 seconds, depending on speed of travel, but 40 miles an hour would be approximately 40 seconds or so.
So again, when we just watched footage from 85 Willow Brook, it was approximately 2:23 and change, correct?
Correct.
But now we're down the street at 2:27, right?
Correct.
Now, based upon the drive time and the distance, were you able to confirm the discrepancy of one of those cameras?
Yes.
Which one is that?
It would have been 85 Willow Brook, would have been 3 minutes slow.
Okay, so 85 Willow Brook, the one we watched just previously,
Right.
is 3 minutes slow.
Slow.
So 2:26 would be what time?
I'm sorry, 220.
If 85 Willow Brook said 2:23,
Yeah.
what would the time be?
It would be 2:26:57.
Now, having just watched this video from 44 Willow Brook, did you identify another clip from this camera that happened about an hour and 20 minutes later? And have you reviewed that video
Yes.
once or more than once?
Many times during the course of this investigation.
Could I have S263H, please? Could you undo that, Detective, before we... Can I play it through once, please? going back to the beginning, what time is depicted on that camera?
It's November 20th, 2018 at 3:48:03 a.m.
Can we slow it down one notch? I'm going to ask you to play it, pause at approximately 3:48:18. Come back with just a couple notches. You see anything on that video, Detective?
Yes.
What do you see?
Vehicle's taillights.
Could you possibly put a box around them again? Could we also preserve that?
263 H.1.
If we could just run that through, I'm going to ask you what time the video clip ends.
You stopped at 3:48:22 a.m.
Can you undo that? Now, can I have 263I, please? Or we just come back, pause it. Now, just to be clear, Detective, what are we looking at here?
This is 85 Willow Brook that we just viewed previously at a different time. The time depicted now is 3:45:46 a.m.
Okay, now based upon what we discussed a few moments ago regarding the time, can you tell us approximately, based upon your investigation and observations, what time would be correct on the screen right now?
If you would advance it 3 minutes, it would be 3:48:46.
Now, can we play that through once, please? Can we slow that down one notch? We're gonna play it again. Bring it back a couple notches. Try it again. I'm gonna put. It's okay. Now, Detective, what's the direction of travel of that vehicle at this time?
It's traveling eastbound on Willow Brook.
Okay. You can finish that. And just to be clear, regarding the video that you just testified to on Willow Brook, you note that a vehicle passes 85 Willow Brook, approximately 2:27:57, and arrives at 44 Willow Brook at approximately 2:27:41. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And then that vehicle later, or a vehicle later, leaves or passes through 44 Willow Brook at 3:48:16, correct?
Correct.
And arrives at 85 Willow Brook at about 3:45:56?
3:48:56.
3:48:56, sorry.
Yes.
Now, I want to take you back to Ocean Township, okay?
Yeah.
Can I have 263J? Detective, can you just acquaint us with what we're looking at here again?
This is 308 Green Grove Road. Once again, this is the, I believe it was Channel 4, which is looking out facing northbound down Green Grove Road.
Okay. Can we play that once through? Clip ends at about 4:08:29. That sound right?
Sorry?
The clip ends at about 4:08:29. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's accurate.
Okay. Now, just play it through once again. I may pause it once or twice quickly. Keep it running, but what do we see here, Detective?
See a vehicle approaching, driving down Green Grove Road southbound, approaching the intersection at Tilton Drive.
And what does the vehicle do?
Vehicle makes a left-hand turn onto Tilton Drive.
Now, again, I think you said earlier, there's another camera at 308 Green Grove, correct?
Correct.
Can I have S263K, please? Yeah, I'm going to play that through once, okay? Now, can we just slow that down one notch? We're going to play that again. As we're watching it, we see a vehicle on Green Grove,
Yes.
and the vehicle goes where?
It's approaching Tilton Drive and it makes a left-hand turn onto Tilton Drive.
Was it 28, please, approximately? Right there. Now, I'm paused at 4:08:28 a.m., correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, are you able to describe the color of the vehicle?
It's a light-colored vehicle.
Okay. And as far as the color in the vehicle, is there any differences?
Yes. The majority of the vehicle is light-colored, but along the bottom, again, the two passenger side doors this time, there's an area of dark coloring from the rear passenger door up through the front passenger door.
Okay. And did you make any observations of the shape or anything of the vehicle?
Yes.
And what's that?
There's a curvature from the front to the back.
Okay. Now, that dark area along the bottom of the front and rear passenger side door,
Yes.
was that a distinguishing feature that you discussed earlier along that same area of the vehicle at approximately 2:07:50?
Yes.
And the curvature, was that similar?
Yes.
Can you go back just a couple seconds? I'm going to pause it. Okay, we're starting at 4:08:27. Pause at 4:08:29, please. What do you see, Detective?
Taillights of the vehicle.
Okay. Can you put a square around that?
.263K.1.
Thank you, Judge. We preserve it. Just going to show you what's been marked as S264. Do you recognize that? Put this on.
Yes. That's, of course.
Thank you. Okay. And what is that?
This is two separate photographs. The top photograph is timestamped November 20th, 2018, 2:07:50 a.m. That's the still photograph we observed earlier during my testimony regarding a vehicle heading westbound on Tilton Drive.
Okay.
100% good.
I was going to say, what's depicted in the bottom of the photograph?
The bottom is a photograph taken in our storage yard of a Porsche Macan that belongs to Paul Caneiro.
Okay. Now, this is a two-page
Excuse me
document?
for a second.
Sorry.
We're just going to have to take a technical break right now. We're having an issue with our printer. Let's do our mid-afternoon break right now, if you don't mind, everybody. We'll be in for 15 minutes. You can do that a little slower, don't you think? Just give us a little help. Just kidding.
We got flashbacks.
Yeah.
That's just me.
All rise. We're recorded back in session. The officer gets more time.
Last leg for the day. Everybody take a seat. So just so that you're aware, we had an issue with the printer. So what we're going to do now is we may, if I say point 1, point 2 to next to an exhibit, we're going to print it. You're just not going to hear it printed here. We're going to print it in my chambers, and then we'll bring it back out. We'll have it marked for you later if it gets moved into evidence. But we just didn't want to slow down the process with putting in a new printer right now. Okay. That being said, prosecutor, when you're ready. And we've saved the last 4 that did have some issues, and they're going to be printed, and we'll make sure all counsel see it. If there's any issues, you guys can let me know.
Sure. I'm sorry if I broke the printer.
No, you're good.
Now, Detective, we were just talking about S-264, and you discussed page 1, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to draw your attention to the second page of that document. Can you tell us what's depicted on there?
Yes, there's 2 separate photographs, top and bottom. The top picture is dated, stamped November 20, 2018, 4:08:28 a.m. It's a still photograph from the surveillance footage that we just viewed. The bottom photograph is a picture of a Porsche Macan that was taken from Paul Caneiro's home, 27 Tilton Drive. It's stored in our facility in the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office.
Just going to ask if I could go to S1A, slide 173, please. Do you recognize that, Sergeant Mahoney?
Yes.
Okay, is that consistent with the photograph that we just discussed up there in S-264?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and again, just the jury now seeing it, can you just explain what's depicted on that?
Yes, it's a top photograph, which is a still photograph taken from the surveillance footage that we just viewed, dated 11/20/2018 at 2:07:50 a.m., which depicts the vehicle that we discussed earlier. The bottom photograph is a photograph of a Porsche Macan, a white Porsche Macan that belongs to Paul Caneiro that was taken from his home, 27 Tilton, and it's stored in our storage facility at the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office.
Okay, so that bottom photo was taken in a facility belonging to the County of Monmouth?
Correct.
Can I have slide 174, please? Do you recognize that?
Yes.
What's that again?
So the top photograph is a still photograph from the surveillance footage that we just viewed. It's stamped 11/20/2018 at 4:08:28 a.m. And the bottom photograph is depicts the passenger side of the same Porsche Macan that was taken from 27 Tilton Drive, which belonged to Paul Caneiro.
Let's just briefly have S1A, slide 19, please. Do you recognize that photo?
Yes.
What's that show?
That shows it's a photograph of the rear of the white Porsche Macan that was parked at 27 Tilton on the day of November 20th, 2018, when the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office was on scene.
You take that down. Now, lastly, we were talking about cameras at 308 Green Grove, correct?
Correct.
Now, I want to next go to $263L. I could. Can you just, what time is depicted on that camera right now?
It's November 20th, 2018 at 4:08:13 a.m.
Now, can we just play that one, please? Can we just play that through, and then I'm just going to ask you to pause it at 40828. Detective, could you just for the record, can you indicate the time?
It's 4:08:28 a.m.
Just want to show you again what's been marked as S-264 identification. We just talked about this document, correct?
Yes.
And this is the second page of S-264?
Yes.
And the time on the top of that picture is what?
4:08:28.
Is that the same time here?
Correct.
Okay. And this vehicle right here in S-264, where is this car?
It's in front of 308 Green Groves driveway on Tilton Drive.
Okay, and it's heading towards what house?
27 Tilton Drive, or 30 Tilton first.
Now 30 Tilton's on the screen right now?
Correct.
Okay, so 40828 on S-263L, does that appear to be the same vehicle?
Yes.
We can run that through. And then at about 40834, is that accurate?
Yes.
I want to go to 263M, please. Do you recognize what's depicted on the screen right now?
Yes, this is 30 Tilton Drive surveillance camera channel number 7. The date and time on this one is 11/20/2018 at 4:08:30 a.m.
Can we just play that first through? Slow that down one notch. We're going to play it again. Pause it at 40. What do you see there, Detective?
I see rear taillights of a vehicle. It appears the brake lights are activated.
Let's go back a little bit to like 36. I'm paused at 4:37. Sorry.
Yes.
What do you see there?
It's in a vehicle.
Can you just put a box around it, please? Okay. Can you capture that?
263M.1.
Just want to make sure we capture it before we undo it. We okay?
It's printed in the chambers.
Now, I'm just going to keep playing. I'm going to ask you to tell me to pause it if you see anything of significance based upon your review. Now, if we just go back like a second before we play it, can you just tell me why you said to pause it there?
There's a flicker of light that can be seen at around the 4:08:57 mark.
Okay. Can we play that again? Can we just go back just to be clear? Just gonna pause it at 4:08:54. I'm gonna play it again once we go. You said it earlier, but based upon your testimony earlier and your review of this video, the area where we saw the flickering of lights is consistent with what?
It's consistent with the video that we watched earlier at the 2:08 hour that showed a flickering of light.
Thank you. Now, for purposes of your investigation, was there a point in time when you attempted...
For surveillance videos back in 2018, did you go to that structure?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Was it occupied or unoccupied?
I don't know if there was, when I was there, I don't remember if I met with the homeowner or not, or if somebody was there.
You don't know if you met with anybody or not?
No, I don't recall.
Okay. When you go to a location and you're trying to talk to somebody
Yeah.
and nobody's home or nobody answers, what do you typically do? As an investigator, what do you typically do?
I'd leave a card or go back.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Did you leave a card?
No, I didn't, but I believe we had a canvas team that eventually did stop and speak with somebody at that home.
Okay. Now that fact is not in your report either, right?
I had nothing to do with it.
Well, nor is the fact that you went to that location.
Right. There's
Okay.
nobody there.
Sure, there could be people there or not, but I'm just saying in your report, you don't mention ever going to that location,
It's
right?
not my report now.
Okay. So after you went there and maybe left a card or not, we're not sure, it would have been up to somebody else other than yourself to try and go back to that location and make contact.
Well, there was a canvas team assembled. Their objective was to do just that.
Okay. Did you told us that it was not clear whether the house is occupied or not. I take that to mean that the canvas team didn't provide you with an update ultimately of whether they made contact with the person at that house or not.
I believe there was surveillance video pulled from that location.
Okay. Now, at the beginning of that driveway, if we look immediately to the right, on the photo, do you see another break in between the sets of trees?
To the right of the circle ledger?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did you, at any point in time, respond to that location in between the break in the trees?
I can't say there was a break in the trees at the time. I don't know when this is dated, and 44 Willow Brook's not even built yet, so I can't say for certain that was there. I don't recall any break in the trees.
Showing you a different photo. Oh, I apologize.
Can I see counsel just real quickly before you do anything with that photo? Just come on up for a second. printed? Was that printed?
Yes.
Okay. So the print was D1-317. Is that .1? Or are we at .2 on 317? .1? .2, okay, that was point. I don't know if you heard us. The one that we printed was 317.2.
Okay, thank you. So, all right, Detective, I'm sorry, so could we just, the house at the end of the long driveway,
Yes.
could we just put an X on that house?
15 Willow Brook, this one?
No, the house at the end
Oh,
of the
sorry.
long driveway, the driveway you circled? Okay. Could we print this photo?
Sure, 317.3. Sergeant, can you just hit the undo?
Yes, Judge, sorry.
Now, this is an... This is D1-318. Just going to show you. Do you recognize this just as a... I know it's a little dark, but do you recognize it as a close-up of the area of that clearing and where that long driveway meets Willow Brook Road?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, I'm going to ask to publish this.
Prosecutor?
No problem.
Okay, you can.
Okay. So, this is D1-318. In this photo, would you say we could see a little more clearly the area of where that long driveway meets Willow Brook Road?
Yeah, it's a closer photograph.
And it's also a close-up photo of what appears to be a clearing in between the trees along the property line of 15 Willow Brook.
Yes.
Okay. So that location that we're looking at now, that's the location that you're saying you're not sure if that existed back, when I say that clearing in the trees, you're not sure if that existed back in November of 2018?
That's correct.
Okay. Did you attempt to get onto the 15 Willow Brook property by any avenues other than the driveway?
No,
You did not.
I did not.
So you didn't, for example, walk down the street and try to get in through a clearing in the yard?
No.
And you didn't, for example, walk onto that driveway that's depicted in D1-318 and try and walk through the tree line, right?
No.
Okay. This is D1-309, I believe, previously published.
Go ahead.
Do you recognize the area in this photo as well, Detective?
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, it's another aerial photo of the 15 Willow Brook property, right?
Yes.
And in the upper right hand, I apologize, of this photo, we see that area of the space between the tree line we were just talking about, right?
I'm not sure I see it.
Okay. Well, do you see the driveway of 15 Willow Brook in this photo?
I believe it's beyond that row of trees at the top.
Okay. I'll take a step back. I'm sorry. Do you see the driveway of 15 Willow Brook in this photo?
Yes.
Do you see where the driveway intersects with Willow Brook Road?
Yes.
Could you circle where the driveway of 15 Willow Brook intersects with the road? Now, when we see the vehicle that you testified about today passing 44 Willowbrook at 2:26 in the morning, what direction is that vehicle going in this photo?
It's going northbound.
Northbound.
Well, in the photograph, north and up.
Can you just put an N on the photo where it would north be, just to help everyone out, to orient them, please?
And when the photo, and where, based on going to 44 Willowbrook and seeing where the surveillance camera is, right? That captured this footage that we saw today. As the vehicle is passing that camera, do you have any idea of where it would be along Willowbrook Road?
I can approximate roughly where it would be. I believe the driveway is here. So when it goes out of view, I would say it's roughly, should I put an X?
Sure.
Roughly around here.
Okay. You put an X where the vehicle goes out of view on the 2:26 a.m. clip from 44 Willowbrook Road, right?
Yes.
So that means that that vehicle is traveling north in the photo, and at 2:26, it's past 15 Willowbrook Road, the driveway up, right?
Yes.
Okay. So obviously, it would appear that that vehicle did not stop at the driveway of 15 Willowbrook Road as it passed it at 2:26 a.m.
That's accurate.
And that would mean that if that vehicle is significant or meaningful for this case, it's not meaningful because it pulled into the driveway, right?
Did not know.
If that vehicle has an involvement in this case, that vehicle must have pulled off or in somewhere other than the driveway of 15 Willowbrook Road, right?
Yes.
And we don't have footage of where that vehicle pulled over or pulled in, or even if it did, right?
No.
And we don't have video of anybody getting out of the car at that location, or video of how many people got out of the car, or even if anybody got out of the car, right?
No.
To go back to the issue about timelines. Your understanding of this case is that you get to this scene, 15 Willowbrook. Obviously, you're being told that this is more than just a house fire, right?
Yes.
And in fact, the person later determined to be Keith Caneiro is dead and is lying in the front lawn, right?
Yes.
He's the only victim in this case who was outside of the house, right?
Yes.
All the other victims in the case were inside the house.
Yes. My understanding.
Your understanding is that Keith is outside the house because the power's out, right?
Yes.
and he's going to take a look to see what's going on with the power, right?
That's my understanding.
Okay. So, in terms of timelines, if one person committed these crimes, right? And that one person arrived in the vehicle that you've been testifying about today. They would have had that specified window, presumably that you've testified about, in order to do everything they needed to do to commit these crimes, right?
We're assuming that the vehicle that we talked about today is the vehicle that carried the occupant that carried out the murders?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the time frame. That's the window that they would have, yes.
Okay. Obviously, you don't know if that's the vehicle, but if it is, that would be the time frame, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if Keith was killed first before anybody else, right? Then the time frame for the commission of these homicides would be from when Keith was killed to when the last person was killed to when we again see the vehicle driving down the road, right?
Are you asking me to speculate on the order of people murdered?
I'm just saying if that was the order.
If you're telling me that Keith was first murdered and the children and Jennifer were after that, so the question is, from the first shots to when that vehicle left, that's the time frame. Yes, that's inaccurate.
Okay. So that would be from 3:33 a.m. until 3:48 a.m.
You're getting 333 from what?
The CAD that I showed you that you said you had no reason to dispute.
Yeah, but I don't know if that CAD's accurate to the shots that were fired. I can't testify to that.
Okay. But you did say you had no reason to dispute it, right?
The CAD is accurate as it was inputted. I don't know if that CAD is accurate as to when the caller heard shots, when that caller called. It's when 911 took the call and put that in the information in.
So 3:48 is when the vehicle that you testified about is seen driving the opposite way, right?
Yes.
It's going back towards Long Bridge Road, right? That means that if that vehicle is the same vehicle from earlier, and if it pulled off and parked somewhere for this period of time, somebody would have had to have gotten back in the car, gotten back onto the drivable part of the road, and been driving by 3:48 a.m., right?
Yes.
Okay. And if that vehicle is actually a significant part of this investigation, then that aspect of the timeline, 3:48 a.m., is also pretty critically important, right?
Yes.
Now, just turning to Tilton Drive for a moment. Tilton Drive meets up with Green Grove, right?
So Murray, I don't mean to slow you down.
Yeah.
Can we print this now?
Oh, I apologize, Judge, yes.
All right, so this is 309.1, or do we have anything else written on this one? Yeah, 309.1. Mr. Murray, would you like the lights back on, or do you want to keep them off for now?
I like it in the dark, Judge, but I know that the court may not, so I'll leave it to you.
I think you're speculating on what I like and what I don't. I'm just kidding. We'll turn them on for now. I just want to see everyone's beautiful faces over my jury over here, so keep an eye on you. Go ahead.
Thank you. there's two entrances onto Tilton Drive, right? Like there's two, you can get to Tilton Drive by taking one of two entrances.
I believe that's correct, yes.
Because Tilton Drive is basically a horseshoe.
Yes.
So the video that we saw today from Tilton Drive is video that is all from one side of that horseshoe, right? 308 Green Grove is at the corner, right? And 30 Tilton is next to it,
Correct.
right? But they're on the same end of Tilton Drive, right?
Yes.
We didn't see surveillance from the other entrance of Tilton Drive, right? And obviously, you collected the video surveillance from Willow Brook only, or from Colts Neck only, right?
Yes.
So I'm sure you would say, and it's fair to say, you weren't involved in the surveillance collection from Tilton Drive, right?
I was not.
Okay. Now, obviously, Colts Neck appears to be an affluent area, right?
It appears to be, yes.
And of course, McCann might not be that uncommon of a sight in a town like that, right?
I suppose.
Okay. Did you watch, how much of the surveillance video from 44 Willow Brook did you view as part of your investigation in this case?
Safe to say all of it.
Okay.
At some point or another.
I don't have the 348. Just that clip.
All right. Just get rid of the, can you do the undo on the screen for me? Thank you.
Second for you.
So, thank you, Mr. Decker. What I asked the prosecutor to just put on the screen for us is a still shot of the surveillance camera from 44 Willow Brook. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. And that's at 3:48. Now, there were other cars that passed by this address that evening, right?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember the time frame?
There's one car that passes at 2:45-ish a.m. Then there's this 3:48 a.m. activation, and I don't believe the camera is activated again until the 5 a.m. hour.
Right. Now, when you say 2:45, do you think, tell me if I'm wrong, do you think it's more accurate, maybe 2:46 and 51 seconds?
That could be it. I believe it was a larger vehicle.
Okay. Obviously, that vehicle appeared to you, it looked different to you than the vehicle in the surveillance you testified about today, right?
Yes.
It appeared to have different taillights.
Yes.
You didn't think it was the same vehicle or had similar taillights, let's say, to the vehicle you observed on Tilton Drive, right? But the vehicle was on Willow Brook Road, right? And the vehicle was on Willow Brook Road at 2:46 in the morning, right? On November 20th of 2018, right?
Yes.
That vehicle appears to be coming from the area of where Route 34 meets Willow Brook Road, right?
Yes.
Did we ever find out anything additional about that vehicle?
No.
After that vehicle passes 44 Willowbrook, do we know where it goes?
It does pass 85 Willow Brook.
Do we know what happens after that?
No.
Am I correct that, obviously this footage goes back further in time than just the